Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 2018 Ford number 25 Mustang RTR. Now this has 1,737 horsepower, 1,801 pounds-feet of torque from an 8.3 litre twin turbocharged V10 engine, and the car itself weighs 3,417 pounds. It now has all-wheel drive, and it can do 0 to 60 in 2.265 seconds and 0 to 104.066 seconds. So that's a lot of power from a really rather big engine, but it is at the end of the day only 737 horsepower more than what it had originally, because this had 1,000 horsepower from a V8 engine. But the big thing with this, and the big concern with this, is it was meant to be a drift car. As you can see, you've still got the steering angle there on the vehicle. You can see how far it turns. You can even see the suspension when you turn the wheel. So yeah, and it's still got the camber on it as well. So whether or not that's going to affect the handling when dealing with all that extra power and extra speed, because even though it had 1,000 horsepower in stock form, it could only do around 163 miles an hour. So yeah, now it's been tuned for speed. I'm not sure how the handling is going to take all that extra power and speed, and whether or not it means it can actually go as quick as some other cars in this series, because again, it was meant for drifting, not for top speed. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but nonetheless, let's get out there and see what it can do. So yeah, got really good acceleration. Not been able to use this engine in any other vehicle, I don't think, so far, and I don't even think it's the V10 from a Viper. So yeah, not sure where it's from. It's ludicrously powerful nonetheless, and if we don't hit cars, we can get a good rate of speed as well. That's 200. Oh dear, oh dear. That's 230, 240, 245. Well, I only saw 245, but I'm pretty sure we did more than that. But still got some ways to go, and obviously we're going to go the other way around this motorway. So yeah, luckily this has the power to have decent acceleration even when we're going past 200 mile an hour. Like certain other cars that have not had that kind of advantage. Right, so we're not going to get any more on this side of the motorway because we failed miserably there. Yeah, 245 is still really decent, especially for a car that, like I said, was never meant for high rates of speed, even though it did have a lot of power. But yeah, drifting like this is what it was meant for. Not quite as bad as that. But yeah, this engine in this car is easily one of the most powerful that we've ever had on us on this series. Certainly doing its job. 6, 7, 8, 9, 250, 251. Ooh, that corner gets us all the time, especially when there's a car on the driving line. But we've improved. 251 mile an hour is pretty solid. Don't think we had all that much going for it though, because we were coming up to the top of the rev limiter there. Let's see if we can do any more on this final bit. Oh dear, nope. Yeah, that's a problem. I wish we really could turn off traffic at times on this game, just to make doing this kind of stuff easier. Got plenty of grip for that corner, which is helpful. No, we're not going to get any more, but 251 mile an hour is still fairly decent. Now granted, it's far from the fastest car we've had on this series, but you know, like I said, for a car that was never meant to have top speed in mind, it's still fairly good, and yeah, it's far from the bottom of the table, but we do have to nonetheless scroll far down to get to cars that it has beaten. But it has nonetheless beaten the likes of the Aston Martin Vantage from 2018, Mitsubishi GTO, the Aston Martin DBR1 and Mercedes-Benz SL65, and it matches the Celine S5S Raptor, but weirdly it's not quite as quick as the likes of a Nissan Fairlady Z version S or the Jaguar C-Type, both cars that I thought performed not quite as well as I was hoping. So yeah, not brilliant, but could have been a lot worse. And again, like I said, it's far from a car that was ever meant for top speed. It was just meant for going around corners in sideways, producing plenty of smoke. So yeah, fairly decent, and yeah, it had really rather good acceleration even as we got past 220 mile an hour, which has been a big problem with several cars in the series before this. So yeah, at least it had that going for it, and yeah, it handled far better than I was expecting as well, considering it's got all that camber on it and all that steering angle as well. So yeah, impressed me in several areas, even if the top speed wasn't incredible. But yeah, still a really rather good car, and yeah, highly recommend putting this engine in it to the level that I've upgraded it, because yeah, makes for a quick car in a straight line, but also makes it even better in terms of drifting. So yeah, get out there and try it. You have to get it part of the festival playlist, part of the the seasons that you have to do championships and stuff like that to get it. But you only have to get, I think, about 50% or something like that to get it. But I think that season's over now. But I'm sure there's plenty of people selling it. But either way, try it if you've got it already. If you haven't, then try and get it, because yeah, fairly good car that you can upgrade to a fairly insane amount of power. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.